Hey Pisces, this is your weekly twin flame reading. If you are a Pisces or your twin's a Pisces, you could be watching because of that. I appreciate you being here regardless. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. You can follow me on Instagram at Candy Wishman. If you so choose, you can find me there. Information's in the description box below. Okay, we're just going to get right into it. As things come up, I'll talk to them, but if they don't come up, we're not going to worry about it. What is the overall energy of the situation with the two of you right now? What is the overall energy of the situation? Apparently there's no energy in the situation. There we go. Okay, so we have a woman holding a heart. Okay, there is no gender. I do say she and he, but I predominantly I actually talk more about the energy that you identify with, more so divine feminine, divine masculine. Gender has no place in these readings. Okay, so someone's being tired of holding their heart, for one. Or offering their heart. Someone has a lot of love in their heart. I apologize if you hear things in the background. I apologize. I don't live alone. Just to give you a heads up. Let's get some more clarification on this. Well, not clarification, but sort of, yeah, the current energies between the two of you. We have some indecision here. And especially with this full moon in Gemini energy and the 12-12 gateway, there's a lot of indecision here. So, you know, you're tired of holding your heart, but you can't imagine offering your heart to anyone else, right? You're wanting to offer your heart, but you don't know how it's going to be received. So we have all of these back and forth energies happening right now, Pisces. Let's get into kind of where that sits. Okay, let's see. Where are you at with the connection? Where are you at with the connection right now? And most of you, I understand, pretty much know where you're at, but there are some things that need to be brought to light about where you're at, and that's most likely why you're watching, okay? Or why you're needing to hear this part of it, if you will. Okay, so where are you at with the connection? Oops. Patience. Okay. So we have lessons in patience. That's what I heard when this card came up. Lessons in patience. We have a 7 here, so we have a deeper sense of knowledge. Okay. Why are you being taught about patience? What is up with that? Okay, let's get some more clarification on that. What is at the seat of your indecision? Because you're mirroring each other, okay? Remember that. You're mirroring each other. What is at the seat of your indecision? Okay. Let's get clarification on where you're at with this patience card, with the connection itself. We have the tarot patience card. We have the 7 of Pentacles, okay? We also had the Judgment card pop up. And then we also had the 6 of Wands. So here is the thing, guys. There's judgment around how this is all going down. There's judgment around how you want it to be, how you expect it to be, how it can only be one way in order to be victorious. It has to look a certain way in order for it to be true, in order for it to be real. And I feel like until you can just release that, okay? And it is that simple to just say, okay, I surrender. I don't know everything, and I don't know what the future looks like, or I don't know all the moving pieces, so I can let that go. Okay. Some of you may need to figure out what the seed of your indecision is and why you're so impatient with it. Some of you might need to dig deeper with that. You know, full disclosure, I'll give you a little bit of my story. You know, I'm sort of like, I know that I'm going to end up with my twin. I know that. That's part of what we both want, okay? But he's in a relationship with someone else. He's living in a completely different city. He's, you know, so to me, I'm kind of delaying my own, like going and moving out and signing a year lease and so because I don't want to get, you know, caught up in a year's lease if I'm just going to move with him anyways, right? So on this patient level am being taught to release that expectation, that I have to move forward in my own way and know that our paths will meet up when they're ready, and to stop delaying my own life, because I get impatient with him being like, I need you to come forward to me. I need you to come to me so that so I don't have to worry about making these decisions for myself. And I understand, like when I say it to you, I understand how silly that sounds, right? But in the moment, I'm recognizing that I'm judging him, I'm judging the situation, I'm judging myself, and I'm not moving freely. I'm actually holding myself back. So that's just an example, Pisces. That might not be the situation you're in, but it will help you to reflect back on yourself, to be like, okay, why am I needing this to be in a certain way? It's always going to lead back to some sort of expectation that makes your heart heavy to hold. Okay. All right, let's get a card representing your person. Okay, so we have community here. Okay. Now this is generally like the Three of Cups energy, celebration, partying, what have you, feeling a need. It could be going into the holiday season, feeling the need to celebrate. Let's get some clarification, more so because I'm also picking up an energy of them feeling like needing to be distracted by the joyous occasions, being distracted, being pulled to all of these different, you know, social events. There's lots of social events happening here. Okay, let's get some. Okay, so we have the King of Cups energy. We have, so Libra, Scorpio energy. They could have Libra or Scorpio in their chart. There is a sadness here, but there's also keeping their feelings on lockdown, not telling anybody how they feel. We have the Four of Cups, because actually on the inside they're feeling boredom and discontentment, and this is more Cancer energy. I just feel weird, like, you know, sometimes in movies they'll show someone and they're getting dizzy by all the lights and all the chaos and all the, you know, they're kind of disoriented by it. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling, like sort of like they're on a merry-go-round and they just want to get off. So I'm not going to go too much in depth with this because the extended version talks more specifically about what's going on with them this week. You know, what's on their mind, what they're feeling in their emotions, what they're actually dealing with in the physical, how they're viewing you in the connection, what steps they'll be taking this week, as well as a message from their higher self. That's more so going to be geared to them, but I just see this, there's a lot of distraction, a lot of holiday celebration, but they're not really enjoying it. They're just going through the motions, okay? But that's all for purpose, right? That's all for purpose. It all has a purpose. It's showing them things about themselves, much like you in this state is showing you things about yourself, okay? All right, so what is evolving and healing in your connection? Hostilities. Well, that's beautiful. Okay, if there's any kind of hostile energy, especially if it's tied to expectations, it's starting to heal and evolve. Let's get some clarification with that. Again, a woman expectingly holding her heart and wanting it to be received in a certain way is a hostile, low vibrational energy. All right, let's get some clarification. Yeah, so we have the devil, and then we have the fool, and then we have the hanged man. So what I heard with this was that, see on this cage, whenever I see this card, the cage is unlocked. Okay, your new beginning can't begin with this hostile energy involved. It can't. It just cannot exist, because then it's just the old like the old situation with like a new wrapper. It's still the same stuff, right? A real true new beginning requires a shift in perspective, which is why the hanged man is here. So I feel like you will be put through your paces so that you can shift your perspective about this connection and about the expectations around it, time-wise and otherwise. I feel like you both want this new beginning. Okay. They want to receive your heart, feminines. Okay. Masculines, they want to receive your heart. But I'm hearing from the masculines, okay. What's confusing me a little bit coming in right now is if when the masculines are, sometimes the masculines come through as in this energy, okay. They're less about the hostile energy towards you, more about the hostile energy towards their environment and their situation. So what's coming through with that is that the hostile energy for both of you has to go. Your hostile energy is towards timelines, theirs is towards the physical stuff, but it just has to go. It has to be released, it has to be honored and released so that you can both begin anew in all aspects of your life. Okay. That's very interesting. Pisces. Whoopsie. Okay, so let's see what the archangels have to say. Solutions. Okay, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving, and healing energy. 100%. It's the Temperance card, and we have some Sagittarius energy here, but it's also 5, so freedom through change. You can push the timeline forward. You can do that, but you have to be prepared to release the things that are tethering you to this space. Okay, you got to cut the cords to those thoughts, to those expectations, and just surrender. You can do that with self-control and patience. Okay, you are in control here. I know some people don't want to hear that, but you are putting yourself in this position, and you can get yourself out of it without cutting off your twin. It doesn't have to be this aggressive, it can be this very balanced, open, loving way, because when you do that, when you release the physical expectation, the timelines, or what have you, it makes room for what you're really worthy of. Okay, it makes room for something so much better than you could imagine. Okay, so I hope that this has helped. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing week, Pisces.